Okay, so that was my beautiful granddaughter, and she really kind of doesn't know all the rules. And so they are heading off to Marshall. So welcome back. I'm not sure if I'll probably post these like where you get 2 videos in one day. Otherwise I will have left you hanging, and I try not to do that. So again, because I don't know how to edit, that's kind of what happened last week, where it just kind of stopped me. I have to just stop the video completely and start over. It's the same if I hit the wrong button instead of pause, then it just becomes a new video. The problem with that is if you're doing this kind of thing and you're not editing, then I can't just start. I'd have to start a whole new book. And if, say, I've made 5 videos, I'm not starting a new book. So, sorry. You guys just will have to, I hope you will just be gracious. You don't have to, but I hope you will just be gracious, understanding that I'm learning. I don't know how else to say it. And it takes me a long time to learn something. So, as you can see, there we go. And I kind of, okay, if you want straight lines, please make sure that it's all straight for you. I like books that look like they are 1,000 years old. I just can't help myself. I try, and it doesn't matter. That's just the way it goes. I try to make them all neat, and I still am too geared towards that grungy, old, beat up look. That's what I like. So, again, there'll be a description. In the description box, I will link the artist that I found that is the one who actually got me started doing these. And she may help you more than I can. So basically, I just, now one of them, I didn't do all of this. I did cut it where it went just on, and then I made sure that everything was cut right. It was the little like gold boho one. I did a flip through the books that I have made currently, so you can kind of see how it is different. I have never done this step, and so I am going to go ahead and line it on the inside. The color of your crepe paper is honestly not gonna matter, because you are gonna gesso all of this. This is more about a texture thing than it is anything. And so, yeah, let's see. I want to cut you right about here. And I think too, if you like, maybe you have party streamers, you could use those. It's the same exact thing. I happened to order this because I knew I was going to do a lot of these. So for me, it made sense to just order some. It may not make sense for other people to order them. It just depends how you want to do it. You can also use a paper towel, which I did on one of mine. And so, yeah, don't be limited by what I do. Now, I'm just going to glue this one on again because I don't edit. I'm not going to take the time to cut all the pieces and glue it. So the next time you see me, I will have glued all of this in there as well, okay? I'm just giving you, I don't know, the squirrely version of how you can do this. Again, I used paper towel on one, and it was the C one I did because I wanted to show you that you don't have to have all these fancy supplies to make this. And so if you go back, you will see that you can. It gives a great texture. Okay, so please know, again, you don't have to have crepe paper. You can also use napkins. That would give it a great texture as well. I'm just trimming off these ends right here because I'm not going to need those. When I go in, I will just be covering the inside, not this part here. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut off these little trimmy spots. Get that all off. You could also go in and just like glue these, which is probably like these little pieces. Once I get all this stuff on it, that's what I'm going to do is I will just go in with some Mod Podge or some glue, and I will go ahead and cover up all of these ends. In other words, by the time I'm done, you won't see all the blurps and boobs and bumps and all of that. There's always a way to make it look prettier, okay? But I don't want my videos to be like 3 hours long either, okay? And so I try really hard to just give you the very basics to show you. And I did link another crafter, okay? So anyway, we're going to get that down. But now we really kind of want to start focusing on what do we want for the front, okay? Of course, that's going to, I have to remember I can go back and fix that. So there's all these little jagged edges, but I'm going to go in with some Mod Podge and I will crinkle them up with a little paintbrush and I'll get them to all smooth down. So that is how I'm going to do that. Now you have to decide, okay, well, how do I want my cover to look? Now, I have obviously done that off camera. And you have to decide what kind of like focal point you want. So on one, I did this. It's a Christmas ornament. This is going to be on a book. I'll probably be doing this one off camera because I'm going to be doing a lot of clay with this one. And building up the book from there. But this is going to be the focal point. I literally took scraps of lace. I just drew this on a piece of cardboard, glued it to make it look like a little lacy dress. That's all I did. Super, super easy. I did do it on camera with you, but you won't ever see that video because you want to talk about interruptions. There was a lot. Okay, so for this cover, I kind of wanted to do things that I thought, well, maybe everybody will have that. So all I did is, and I'm not straight at everything, so I have like a little piece of oval that I slapped onto a piece of thicker cardboard. Okay, and so I just traced this around a piece of cardboard and cut it out. Then I cut a smaller one on thin paper so that I'd always have it. And that became kind of like my inside. You can see that this is totally not perfect. It doesn't matter. You won't see all of the little bloops and bobs. So this was the center piece that I actually cut out here with my X-Acto knife. This is what was left. It was bigger than this. And then I just went in and I kind of made that a little bit smaller. So you can see that it's going to have like these little edges to it, okay? It doesn't matter. So again, just use your imagination and whatever you want. Then I found this will go perfect. I was actually going to do molds, but I thought, okay, for this one, I'll go ahead and still use lace in case you guys don't have clay. This I got at Walmart, okay? So I figured everybody would be able to find some kind of ribbon or had ribbon at home. So what we're going to do is we are going to see where our spine opens up, and then we're just going to lay the lace, glue it down right in here so that we can still lift our book. So you're either going to want it to be like more on the spine, which is probably what I will want, or you're going to want to lay it just on the outside of that bin. It really doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that your book is going to be able to open, okay? And we're going to do this on the front and on the back side. And again, you have to remember that this is not what it is going to look like. Because once you gesso all of this, and I always gesso in black because I do like that more aged look. Sorry, I have to decide now where I want. Do I want it there or do I want it more on the spine? I think I kind of want it more on the spine. So what I'm going to do, just because, oh my goodness, I am always losing my little pins, even though I have them always sitting by me, and then I lose them. And I have like a gazillion of them. I don't know if this will work. Oh, no, that won't work because that is to make, okay, that'll work. This just kind of helps me so I know that it'll be straight. Okay, so I just put little dots. You're not going to see it. Again, you gesso over the entire thing, all right? And then just use whatever glue. On one of them, I did want to see if I could just use regular PVA glue, and you can. I don't honestly know how long it'll last. Some of my bigger stuff, like I knew needed to stay on, like that Christmas ornament, I used E6000. So I am still kind of in the experiment phase of seeing like what'll hold, what'll work, what's the best thing to use. So I'm still experimenting. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this lace down. And we want those edges to be up just a bit because I'm going to cut them off once the glue dries. Okay, and we want to make sure that our book can open. We also want to make sure it is straight. The one thing, and it could just be me and how my mind works, but the one thing that I have really learned on this is you kind of can't overthink everything. This could make you really crazy. Just start slapping stuff down. It'll be amazing to you. It'll amaze you, like how wonderful it'll actually turn out in the end. Could just be how my brain works. Other people are better planners and they can see the vision. I'm kind of not that person, okay? And then I also want it to be on this other side. So I'm also going to lay it just right down on this side here, all right? So let's go ahead and just cut off a chunk, which we know will be bigger. And then I'm kind of wanting it to be on, do I want it just, I think I want it right at the, see where this corner right here is? I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there. Because I'm going to add like spine jewelry or spine goodies on this side. And so I'm just going to go ahead and place it right here. You can put yours anywhere you want. Okay, again, I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing on this book. You can put it on the sides. If you, again, follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I've done a lot on this side. I've put them as the actual spine jewelry. Like I've cut doilies. So it is endless with how you can make these. Just endless. And I've also watched and been on Pinterest. So I have like a gazillion inspiring ideas. And I just kind of like combine them all. Okay? So let's just get that on there. We just want it on that edge. And the material and all of that is not going to fray because we are going to slap a ton of gesso on it, which will also help it. If you are concerned, just go ahead and add just a blob of glue on there, because you're not going to see the mess that this makes. That's why I said for those of you that maybe have to, like you see everything really in straight lines and all that, this might be harder. I don't know. Let's see, we really want this to be cut right about there. But just remember, really, you won't see all this. You're going to paint it. It's going to be covered in gesso. So try to keep that in mind. Wow, it's really hard to use glue and gloves. But I didn't want to ruin my nails this time around. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Do you see what I mean? This is my life. Okay, guys? This is literally my life. Oh my goodness. I'm sure I'm the only one that like sticks stuff to herself in that degree and can't get them off. Okay, let's clean that glop off and let's hope this will stay on. Oh my goodness. See, I've had too good of a run. Now I'm starting to have bloopers. Here we go. Because I've been trying to get some out. Okay, so now you have to kind of decide, I was thinking of putting texture paste on this, which you could do. Know that now. Or if you have wood putty, you could do that. You could also lay this with a napkin. That would add a lot of texture. You can also go in and see all these frayed edges that I have in here. You can take a file and you could file that all in. Again, I like the grunge look, so I'm not going to do any of the above, okay? I like all of this, and once I paint it, you'll just see the rough edges. You won't see like how jacked up it is. I don't know how to say it. Okay, but I seen another artist do something similar to this, so this is what I am going to do. For this, you will need a clay. Next week, I'm going to try, whenever I finish, I should say, let's see if I can use this poor little piece. I think he might be kind of dry, because he just got chucked in there and not wrapped up, but we're going to try. I'm going to try to make some homemade clay because, like, to make it at home, I think the ingredients, it'll work out to like $3 or $4. Clay is about $10 for a block, maybe 15 depending where or who you buy it from, okay? So again, you don't have to do this. I actually searched my studio all over. I have tons and tons of twine and string, and can I find any? No. And so that's what I was actually going to use because I figured everybody would have that. You could also use yarn. So just know that if you're trying to follow more along, you don't have to have clay though, okay? I might have to get a new piece. This might be literally too hard, but we're gonna see. And I don't know how this video will be with me trying to film it, because I'm not an expert at clay. I've just recently started playing with it. I had done some of this for some mixed media projects and some book covers, but I am not an expert. So please know that. It's kind of obvious. And so I don't know, maybe I should have had this part like already done. So I'm kind of learning on these tutorials, like what I should have done and what I haven't. So the goal for this, honestly, is to just get these like thinner. Roll them out, because I'm not trying to do anything brilliant or overly hard, but this piece of clay is like super, super hard. So I'm really having to work it, because it should not take this long, but we will see. All right, are you kind of where I want you? I might have to go get another piece. I might have to actually pause you guys, and we will see, because it is not even wanting to roll. Well, isn't this fun to watch? Okay, so well, what we're wanting is about that size. Let me see. I had it out, of course I did, but then I lose it on my desk. Oh, there you are. Okay. I think I'm gonna just pull another piece. We'll have to see how long. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna fuss with you. I am gonna pause you guys for 1 second, okay? Because I need to get some wax paper. It will help with the rolling, and then I'm gonna pull off a bigger chunk of it, okay? So give me 1 sec. Okay, so for me, I have found that if you work on wax paper, it can help with your clay. It doesn't stick. Now, somebody out there who's probably done this has even better ideas. This is just kind of what I've been doing. And I had to go and grab like a fresher piece of clay because this clay has seen better days. As you can see, I just kind of rolled it out. And then I'm going to go ahead and, well, maybe just take some of my art glitter glue because I'm pretty sure that will hold it. And I just want, I'm going to put some of these around the top and on, ouch. Yeah, we see how brilliant I am. The tops and the sides here. So again, you can use string. You can use twine. You could use cardboard. You do not have to use what I'm using, all right? I just want to start playing with clay. That's the only reason I'm doing it, and I tried really hard last week to film for you guys and show you like just with paper towels and stuff, but those videos did not come out. You can see even my little things aren't all perfect. And it's totally okay. I'm just kind of wanting like this ridged look on there. Okay, can you see? And then we're gonna, and I'm not great at eyeballing things, but we're gonna attempt to get it as straight as possible. But then, you know, that's probably why I loved junk journaling. It doesn't have to be perfect. Ooh, that was fun. I'll just put you right over there because that's where you're going to go. And then we're going to wrap this around. And again, I'm trying to eye it to make sure that it's somewhat straight with each other. And all I did is I rolled out the clay, rolled just like you did in kindergarten, you know, and I tried to roll it where they were about the same width. And then I took my little knife and just cut it in because we're just going to want these little ridges, okay? So we're just gluing that back behind there. And I guess this one, for those of you that are more accurate than me, I do try. So this is almost 7, well, not quite 7, so it's 6 3/4, probably just a little less than that. So our middle is going to be right about here. And so again, you don't have to measure. How can I continually lose a pen or pencil or anything else? Anyway, so that's about our corner. And then we'll want to make sure that our middles are about the same. You know, you don't want one up really high and one not up really high. So, all right, put the pencil next to your T so when you need it, it will be there. Okay, so I haven't even rolled these all the way. So let's take this, and I'm actually going to be using this really quick, so hopefully it will not dry. I did try to just roll it up by each other so that I could kind of see that they were about the same length and the same width, and then I just kind of chopped them up. And now we're just going to glue these right here. See, easy, easy. I'm trying to think as I glue, what else could you use? If you have wood frames, you could be doing that. If you have die cuts, you could be using those. What else? I do try to just make it as easy as possible. And what I thought everybody would be having on hand. Okay, and then we're just going to do this up. And you can see that piece was like a little bit big. And let me, all of a sudden, like, I don't know what it is. I have gone forever with nobody contacting me during the day. And now everybody is contacting me. We got a call from the internet people. They're going to come and bury some cables. Yeah, I don't know. Ever feel like you're being conspired against? I'm starting to feel that way. Okay, so then we want you to be on here. Of course, I'm not. I know that. It is just how it works out. All right, get glue here and here. And I don't know how exciting this is to watch. You guys can let me know if these videos are what you want or don't want. Down the road, I will get better because I'll be able to edit, so I can kind of speed up this process for you. Because yes, I've accepted the fact that I will actually have to learn how to edit if I want to do tutorials. And since that's the one thing I keep getting asked for, then yeah, I am willing to learn. Okay, so now what? Before the glue is dry, we're going to go in. All right, let me go ahead and I should have had some cling wrap down here so that while I'm not working with my clay, it could, I don't know, I'm getting all these weird messages. So anyway, let me just close that up for a second. Try with some tape so it doesn't dry out. You can't see that, but that's what I'm doing offline. So now all I'm going to do is I kind of want to flatten all of this so that it's not going to be so raised off my book. You're not going to see that part anyway. But I do want to make like these ridges in there. And then, I don't know, let's just make like little designs. Why not, huh? So I'm just pushing. You don't have to do this. I'm just kind of messing around. Do whatever you want. It just kind of gives it a little design. I never know what I'm really doing. I hope you all know that by now. So I just want to flatten the clay a little bit again. And then I'm just kind of going in and pushing. If you watch the video where I had shown the different books, I had done this with clay on another one. I had used my ruler because it kind of gives like this quilted look. And so that is just all I did. I took a metal ruler and you can see I just started playing around and squishing things. And yeah, so just go in there, squish. If you want to do it this way, you do not have to do this. Again, the only thing that'll limit you from making these is just like thinking you have to have and do it like me, or that you have to have certain supplies, because you don't need any of the above. All right, so there we go. That'll just give some interest to it. And again, I can think of how I'm going to do something. Rarely does anything actually come together that way for me, okay? I just have to start working with it and doing it. And, you know, generally something cool will come out of that. That's how I roll. I have even sketched stuff and it turns out totally different when I do it. Okay, so see, that's going to give some interest to the front of our cover. So then what I want to do, and I will do this for, again, everybody's benefit that likes everything completely centered. So our center, so this particular book is about 9.5 inches, and right, is that almost at 9? So our center is going to be right here. That is going to be our centerpiece. And then this part is, so we're going to want, that'll be like 3.5. So let me just see. I know what I'm doing, like nobody else may, but anyway. So I'm just lining this part up with that center, okay? That is how I'm going to do it. Because, and I'm trying to just eye it and see, is this about the same width as that? And then we're literally just going to go ahead and we're going to glue that on there. And just for my sanity, because I have had such issues with recording lately, we're just going to make some marks here so I don't have to like redo it. Okay, and again, I'm pretty sure art glitter glue will hold all of this, but we will find out. I was using E6000, but it is the middle of winter time, and I literally have no way to open a window because I would freeze. And so E6000 is probably not the best thing to do without ventilation. So yeah, we're trying other glues and we will learn together if this is going to hold the bulk. All right. Otherwise, we'll go back to E6000. Okay, so there we go. Move it over a little bit, get it on. It gives you a few seconds to do it, and there you go. Then we want to take, all right, where'd I put it? I know I just showed it on film, so it's got to be around here somewhere. Okay, there it is. So we're going to move this because we're not using any more of this. I do apologize. I'm kind of like the chaotic crafter. Maybe that's what I should have named it, or really should have named it Clueless, but you know, this is how I roll. Somehow or another, it always works out in the end. All right, so now we're going to just glue this piece of cardboard. And I have to decide, do I want to go ahead and put some texture paste on it? Oh, decisions. Well, I'll show you what I'm doing and then I'll decide. So I have like these little wood butterflies. I don't remember where I got them. I'm sorry. I like Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Amazon. That's generally where I get everything. So let me see. I kind of want to lay this in the middle. Or will this even fit? This might not even fit. Huh. Maybe I just want that. So then I have to decide, do I want texture on that? I think I do. So what I'm going to do then, and I probably put that over here. I'm just going to take a little bit of this because that'll give us texture. Now, you could use texture paste. This is the time to use, like, do anything. If that's, you want to do a glue gun over it, that's what you could do, okay? This just seems to be like the quickest thing while I'm filming that I could slap on that I know gives a wonderful texture. You could also, oh, sorry, forgot. Get in frame, get in frame. You could also strip this, get it wet, and then pull off that first layer. That would give wonderful texture. Ooh, I'll have to try that next time. That's what I mean. It's a little harder to do these tutorials than you think. Unless you're like one that can just like totally organize out your thoughts. I'm not one of those people. I do everything on the fly. I just start adding stuff and all these ideas are bouncing around in my head. And like you can see, I really wanted the butterfly, but I also wanted these little texture things. So no butterfly, it'll go on another one. So you can see it was a plan that I thought about and that plan did not work out. So we're going to cut this, and I don't throw away my scraps because obviously I can use it again in something else. Come on, get it just cut around. What are we doing on time? I was hoping to at least get you guys to the gesso part, but I don't know. I might have to start a whole nother video because I'm trying to keep them at around 30 minutes. So we may do this, come back, and I'll do the clay with you, and then hopefully today we can at least get to the gesso part. That will be the goal. Okay. So again, I can see where my little center dot is, and I can also just kind of line it up with them. And so then I'm just going to plop that down on there, and that gives us a little bit of background texture. Okay. And I will save these little pieces because I can use that to glue the inside. And so now I guess I'm just going to glue. I have a whole bunch of these wooden alphabets. I bought them for the steampunk and for a couple of other projects that I was doing. And so again, I just want to set and use things up. Okay. So there we go. So you've got to think beyond. It really will get, it'll make sense here in a minute. So what are we at? We are at 34 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I hope you're having fun, even though it's crazy. Welcome to my world. So I hope that you like, subscribe, and share. And I will go ahead and cut this off. And you will literally see this exact view when I come back, because I'm just going to turn around and hit another record. And we will begin to add more texture to this. I'm going to be using my molds. So if you have molds, now would be the time to pull them out. If not, just think about, well, what do I want in the corners? If you want to wrap this with just using cardboard, you can do that. Just cut out some strips. You'll want to add that there. I'm going to use my molds because I got new molds, so I want to use them. All right, guys. Thank you again, and I shall see you all on the flip side. Bye, guys.